this one started. And we are underway from Atlanta.
From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time.
And they'll be led out by Marcus Mariota, former second overall pick back in 2015, now in his 8th season in the league. Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. A first down throw for Mariota. That's complete to his tight end, Ferkser. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Vita Vea. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
First and 10, it's Patterson.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Mariota going to run the option right. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On third down, Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if he can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. Now let's throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And they have the football, and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get Statter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. On the return, it's White.
It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. Sit at pole position number 1, but nothing set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division. Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. The Buccaneers at 13-3 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Brady. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards now. It's 3rd and 5.
For the Bucs, they nicely get off a good, decent game.
Play number 7 now coming up on the ground. 3rd and 5. Now Brady. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
It's important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
They'll go with a big bang Fournette. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. Jones has it. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to it. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And Rudolph has it left side. And he is out of bounds here. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
And they ran just a little underneath route here on 1st and goal, but there's really not a whole lot of room to operate this close to the goal line. He's just not able to get loose after the catch.
And this Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, that's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bucs post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here this second quarter. Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So it's all down to this, Week 18 on the NFL schedule. And that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our second ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success last year. We've got 2 games coming up on Saturday, 3 more on Sunday, and then we'll put a bow on it Monday night. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DB, so a dime set here on 3rd down. Throwing, Mariota. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere and pay the price.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On play action, it's Brady. And it's caught. Touchdown. Cade Otton. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point try now for Succop. And it's good to make it 14-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mariota to throw it. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. That's Akeem Hicks, the towering NFL vet, coming in for the sack. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, They got no chance to win this game.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Falcons send out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. The time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
First down, here's White. Now White lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And he's got room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. On first down, going back to Patterson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
And he's going to have a Falcons first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Mariota looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mariota to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete as well.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Trailing here in the first half still, but maybe Charles Allen can get some momentum back. First the Force fumble, and then they're able to get a field goal out of it.
And down in the game, they came out and created their own opportunity on one side of the ball and did get points out of it, as you mentioned. Complimentary football right there as they try and bring this one back to even.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Brady now on first down. He'll set up the screen to Fournette.
And some room to maneuver. And past the 40 before it's out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Throwing on second and long. Brady looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
One thing you're looking for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam.
First of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Man open, here is Jones. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Here's White, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rachaad White as the first half is winding down. And the Bucs would extend their lead here just before halftime. Suck up for the extra point. And it's 21-3. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Evans here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action. Now Brady. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Rashad White with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And they open the lead up now to 25. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it was Rashad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Brady going to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 25-yard line.
Inside handoff down to Fournette. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Holding offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Play action. Now it's Brady. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now Patterson to start the drive. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Levante David. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
He'll take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Brady. He completes it right side to White. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We're week 18. This is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Brady gives this to White, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rashad White, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point try now for Succop. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Rashad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Forced out to his left. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to... Back now in Atlanta. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Mariota.
And that's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that is this second half. No points allowed since the break. And you can add another contest.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Shaquille Barrett, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. The sack backs him up, so now Mariota in Atlanta dealing with a 3rd and long. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff to Fournette. And some room to work. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they've looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
Suckup for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mariota eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Mariota. And he'll Complete this one to Patterson. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game is certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Arnold Ebiketie picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. From the 31, Mariota. That's to the speedster, Olamide Zaccheaus. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there and a pickup of 25. To throw is Mariota. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 24-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. A first down throw for Mariota. Steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Throwing, Mariota. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Carlton Davis picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Extra point try now for Succo. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Atlanta regains possession of the football. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's fourth down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. White now to return. Oh, nice move. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So out come the Bucs now. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off into fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Play action now. Trask. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this out past the 20-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw again on second down. Mariota.
And complete to Drake London.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Buccaneers,
they finish things off in style, putting a bow on a 14-3 regular season.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Falcons,
it'll be double digits in losses as they fall to 7-10 for their final mark.
And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved.